it's Fortune Frankly and welcome to Fortune Frankly Fridays, where we do DIY home decor and sometimes organization videos. Today we're going to be doing DIYs for the bathroom. Now, a little foreshadowing here, in the next couple of videos I'll be doing a bathroom makeover. So I'm making some decor now to match the new theme of the bathroom. I'm trying to go with like a boho kind of look, just like natural colors or really simplistic kind of combinations. You'll see. So in this video we're going to be doing 3 different DIYs, and instead of me just sitting here talking about it, let me show you. For this project we're going to be making a rug. Basically we're going to be modifying a rug because there is already a rug. We're just making it cute. For this project you'll need a piece of carpet or a rug, 3 bundles of nautical rope, some type of cotton or jute cord, some scissors, chalk, a ruler or a measuring stick, and some hot glue. Starting with our carpet, we're going to flip it over and make some lines in the back so we know where to cut. Now the width of this carpet is 24 inches, and I'm just going to measure half of that so I can find the middle. I'm going to make some marks going all the way to the top so I can draw a straight line. Next, I'm going to use this compass trick with a string. I'm going to tie the string around my chalk and then use that as a kind of compass to draw a perfect semicircle. So I wanted this to be a little bit more of a pointed dome shape. So I put the string in the middle of the semicircle halves that I drew and did another larger semi-ellipsis. After you have your lines drawn and like where they are, you can cut it with some heavy-duty scissors. Flipping it back over to the front, we're going to make some fringe kind of things that sprout out from the edge. So I'm going to get some small pieces of the nautical rope, and they're about 3 to 4 inches long. Now I'm going to glue one directly in the center and then on the 2 sides at the bottom. I'm going to space the rest of mine out just so I can see where they'll land and glue those down too. Taking more of the nautical rope, we're going to cover up where we glued it down to the carpet, and we're going to go around the perimeter of the rug 3 times. If you have time, stop and look at the WhatsApp video from Nigeria your dad says is funny. Next, I'm going to be using this cotton twine, and it's kind of thin, so I wanted to bulk it up a little bit and decided to make a braid. Just tie a knot at the top, tape it down to the table, and start braiding. Before putting the braid, we're going to use the nautical rope to make another layer of the semicircle or semi-ellipsis, and that'll give us some borders to put our braided twine. Now I'm going to apply the hot glue in a kind of zigzag wiggly shape, and little by little I'm going to go around with the cotton twine. Now there's no rhyme or reason to this. It doesn't have to be perfect. I think it gives it a little bit more character, and you can do whatever design you think looks great. So I thought this was still a little bit too plain and decided to do the same thing in alternate directions. And I'm going to glue 2 rows to the bottom as well. Now in the middle, I'm going to glue more of that nautical rope all the way down, and I'm going to alternate with the fringe that we put on the outside. So every other fringe, I'm going to glue 1 piece of nautical rope down to the center. And I'm going to add more braided cotton twine to the middle in a kind of loop-de-loop shape just to cover that area where they all meet and make it neat. Now this is still looking a little too plain, so on the slices that I have here, I'm going to do another zigzag pattern with the glue and glue some cotton twine down to it. And I'm going to do this for every other slice. That'll give us a balance between looking too busy and looking too plain. Now for the finishing touch, this is really going to transform your rug, trust me. We're going to loosen up that fringe and actually make it a fringe. The nautical rope has 3 strands, so we're going to unravel those 3 strands. And we're going to unravel each of those individual strands a little bit more to give it a freer look, a boho look. And I think the fringe really transforms this rug from a beach house kind of theme to a boho vibe. For this project, we're going to be making a toothbrush holder or some type of holder for your bathroom. So my initial idea was to use caning. You can look it up, but just be prepared. You're going to see pictures of people getting caned, which is a type of corporal punishment instead of the actual caning that we're talking about. It can actually be a little bit expensive and kind of hard to find. So I said, thank you, ma'am. I will make my own. So for this project, you'll need a glass cup or vase, a non-slip rug underlay, some raffia, rubber bands, and some hot glue. Starting with the cup and the rug underlay, I'm going to cut the latter so that it fits around the cup. Now this cup is a conical shape and it's not like just straight up and down like a hurricane. So I have to think about that when I'm cutting the rug underlay. It'll end up being cut on an angle. Now we're going to take our raffia and we're basically going to make a rattan looking kind of thing. So we're going to weave it in between the holes of the rug underlay. It's really simple, and if you see what I'm doing, you'll totally get it. You also want to alternate for each column that you're doing. So if you start under the first row of the underlay, you want to go over the row on the next column that you do. And I'm just going to do this for the entirety of the piece we cut out. And throughout this, I'm going to be using 2 raffia strands for each column, so that it gives us a little bit more coverage. Next, we're going to glue it to the cup. I'm going to put a line of glue and glue that down to the edge. Now I recommend you not put too much glue because it'll show through the gaps. So I would just put a line at the top and at the bottom and not so much glue like I did here. And we're just going to wrap it around the cup. It doesn't need to meet perfectly at the edges because we're going to cover it up. But you do want to cut off any of the extra raffia you see there. Now I'm going to take a big chunky piece of raffia that came in the same pack and glue it over the seam, making sure that the edges are covered. Flipping it over to the bottom, I'm just going to cut off the excess raffia I see there before I glue the edges down. You want to make sure you trim all the extra so that the cup lays flat. And I'm going to do the same thing on the top. Now we need a way to finish the edges. You could totally use raffia for this, but I decided to use rubber bands because it's a similar color and it's just a lot easier. You want to make sure the rubber band comes as close to the edge as possible and you have a finished toothbrush holder. Now this last project is the easiest of them all. And of course you can customize this to however you like and you can spend less money on materials than I did. This project is literally just soap and lotion dispensers and we're just going to jazz it up a little bit. For this project you'll need 2 glass bottles with a threaded top, 2 pump dispensers, a label maker, and some scissors. Starting with the label maker, I'm just going to make labels that say hand soap and body lotion. Now, I love this label maker. I got it on Amazon for under $10, and it embosses the letters on the tape instead of printing the letters. So it gives a kind of vintagey vibe. I'm going to cut off the edges of the labels just to make them uniform and put them on the bottle. I always suggest starting with the lower label first and then centering the top label over that. And you should lay it down without pressing it too hard until you're sure you want it to be in that place. Now these bottles came with a really cute cork kind of plug at the top, but I need pumps for this particular project. The straws are quite a bit long and too long for these glasses, so I'm going to cut them down to size. I got these on Amazon. They're a little bit pricey, but they will last a long time because they're steel and they won't rust. I'm going to fill them up with soap and lotion, and this is how they look like. All right, isn't this bathroom gonna look cute? I just want you to picture it. I'm super excited for it. I'm super excited for you to see it. It's not finished yet though. You just gonna have to wait. If you're feeling lucky, you can go ahead and like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. And if you're not feeling lucky, I'm so sorry, but I hope to see you again in the near future. I hope everyone is staying safe out there, even as things start to open up and now close back down. I just hope that you proceed with caution if you need to go out. A weekly reminder that Black Lives Matter and that Breonna Taylor's murderers are still police officers. If you want to learn more about Black Lives Matter, the syllabus I made is linked in the description bar below. And as always, thanks for watching.